Okay, and here's the riff broken down for you. I'm beginning at fret 12 on the 4th string, and you can see, if it's not that clear because you can't see the full neck, you can see that fret 12 is this marker with 2 spaces either side, so you can keep an eye on where I'm up to there. I'm starting on fret 12 on the 4th string, okay? And I'm putting my first finger onto the 12, and I'm going to go from this 12 on the 4th string, and then I'm going to use my 3rd finger and reach over to the 15 on the 2nd string. Okay? And with all the notes throughout this riff, I'm going to make sure that as I go from one note to the next, the previous finger comes off the string, because we only want one note at a time. We don't want the notes ringing out into each other and getting this kind of chord effect. Which can sound quite nice at times, but not for this riff. Okay, so I'll go from 12 on 4 to 15 on 2 to 14 on 3 to 12 on 3. And that gives us this. The second half of the riff plays the 15 on the 1st string with the 3rd finger. Just get the full view in there. It then plays the 14 on the 3rd string with the 2nd finger. So that gives us this. And then, using the same fingers, 3 and 2, play 14 on the 1st string and the 14 again on the 3rd string. I'll link those together. Okay, that's essentially what the riff's doing. Okay, the only other thing to consider, well, there's a couple of things to consider actually. The first one is that this riff plays a sequence of, you kind of hear the riff around 8 times before it begins to repeat again. And within those 8 times, the first 2 times, as I explained earlier, the first note I play is the 12 on the 4th string. Okay? Now, when I come to the 3rd time of the 8 that I'm talking about, the 12 on 4 is now replaced by 14 on 4. And you can see that instead of my 1st finger, I'm using my 2nd finger. So I get this instead. Now what I've done there is played exactly the same riff that I initially showed you, but I've actually just replaced the 12 on 4 with 14 on 4. So instead of this, I've got this. Okay, so if I play the first riff twice and the second riff twice, I get. Okay, the thing to watch is when you end the first riff that you play for the first riff that you play twice, when you play it for that second time, and you end up on 14 on the 3rd string, as we go into the new section, we also play 14, but on the 4th string, and the transition from the 3 to the 4 can be a little tricky. So you just have to watch when you practice that you concentrate on not getting like a scruffy changeover like that. Okay. The 3rd section takes the same idea. Every single note from the riff is the same, except now the 1st note is replaced by the 12, but on the 3rd string. Every other note remained the same as it was, and that'll give us this. Okay, I now need the 7th and 8th time. I said we play this riff kind of 8 times. We've done 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It's exactly the same as part 1. So you come to using 12 on the 4th string as the 1st note, and we play that twice through again. That brings us to the end of the sequence, and then we begin to play everything again. So if you can I'll just play that one more time then in full. And then we begin again, etc. Okay, that brings us to the very end of the riff, where we get this section. Okay, I'll just slow that down for you. Okay, after we get one of those, we get... I've got my 2nd finger rooted at 14, and I'm catching 12 on 1, followed by the 14 on 3, 15 on 2, followed by the 14 on 3, and in fact all the notes are followed by 14 on 3. If you play that phrase, with your 2nd finger rooted at 14 on 3, and with that note being every other note, okay, you'll get this. And for that I use up, down continually. And that's pretty much everything from Sweet Child of Mine. Okay, I hope that was useful for you. If there's anything you didn't understand, send me a message and I'll see if I can answer it for you. Otherwise, good luck with that.